What do you know about yoga?
Yoga is a very, very important routine in our daily routine.
1, 2, 3. Breathing normal.
All'interno le persone fanno la puja. And what's the difference between Indian yoga and the other kind of yoga?
No. Indian yoga means that Indian is the creator of yoga. Yoga is creator of Indian.
One side of yoga, particularly in the United States. You see the skinny girls on the magazine, you see the clothing brands putting out their imagery and so on. But when you start to dip into the heart of the yoga communities, whether it's Los Angeles here or New York or some of the other big yoga communities, there's a very strong spiritual component to the senior teachers and the way that yoga is being presented. So I think, as with anything, it's just about scratching and the surface and getting underneath and observing, what is happening.
Some they know the real yoga. Otherwise they do all commercial yoga. Just the many class. They learn 2 months, 3 months, and they start to give class because they need money.
Raise money and get supplies for the children, because there are a lot of children who are homeless in Los Angeles. I think there's 10,000 children, something crazy number like that. So this drive is to support getting these children to schools and giving them the supplies that they need. So that's one of the big ones that's been happening in Los Angeles right now. And then there are a few different studios who are connected to feeding the homeless in different areas of Los Angeles.
We do yoga. Yoga gives us many powerful, and we be strong and healthy, and we grow up fast. Our concentration and our eyes powers grow very fast, and we can study very well, and our body is healthy, be very healthy.
So just saying that American football kind of epitomizes to me all that is the Western spirit, in that it's about efficiency. It's about, for me at least, it became about kind of a disidentification of body and mind. It was always about dominating your body, about making it do more, about overcoming pain, but doing so by not identifying with your body. And so I started having injuries when I was really young, because I started, I think, too young in the sport. And it always was about getting through the pain by disconnecting with my body and not feeling. And in its final stages, it was to the point where I was playing on a torn ACL for over a year, and my body physically rejected it. My knee locked, and I just couldn't anymore. And I realized that I hit this point of disconnect between mind and body. and it was creating such anxiety and such injury in my body that the only way.
Yogi is like one doctor, a spiritual doctor to a soul like soul and body. If he can make, he know for he have the many powers, he can like any disease, any things, any spirit. He can,
Kind of move forward, I found was yoga, and at first I didn't really even realize what it was. At first, someone just told me to try it, and I was kind of willing to try anything, and so I did. And then all of a sudden, everything changed, and there was this unification, and then that opened the door for all kinds of spirituality that I had somewhat been thinking of my entire life, but hadn't really had a chance to find expression. And then all of a sudden, it came all together, and it was really cool.
Ganga Yatra, a yatra or a journey along the banks of the river Ganga. And I was inspired because I was already doing yoga and I was already into spirituality. And so the people who had asked me to come along said, well, yoga and spirituality took birth from the banks of Ganga.
Once our mind is ready to understand and get some experience, ultimately you will be jumped on the spiritual path. If mind is not ready and we are trying to jump on the spiritual path, and then again and again they're pulling back to us.
Now jump and teaching. Jump and teaching. 1, 2, 3.
Volete che parlo in inglese o in italiano?
In italiano.
In italiano è perfetto.
Qualsiasi qualcosa che guardate, 99% qua, tutta la posto in India, gente non sanno cosa vuol dire yoga, però ancora c'è 2-3% di gente che lo sanno, che rispettano di yoga. Anche queste persone non fanno vedere gente cosa vuol dire yoga perché loro tengono per sua vita. Un grande maestro o di musica o di studi, qualsiasi qualcosa, mai qualcuno maestro vuole vendere yoga. Sì, quando sei brava studente, sei una persona che veramente serve te, danno te, gratis.